How are you getting on, folks? Um, Obviously, Kilbeggan sort of hit and miss. Um, Obviously, the Nap Thousand Tears came in. Uh, Won very, very impressive. I think it won by something like 6 lengths. Uh, I think it returned at something like 3-1. So if you got on board, you added another triple your money, you could say. Uh, Crazy work, the Vassy fallen two from home when about 6-7 lengths clear. It was heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. I was looking at the market last night, going from 25s into 20s, 16s, 12s, 9s. I sort of had a feeling that we might have been on a good one, but uh, all in all, I was fairly impressed by the way he ran. I think he just sort of pecked on landing and sort of slipped up coming up out of the two from home. As Jerry Hannon says, it was the commentator's curse. He said he was 6 lengths clear coming over the second last, and there you have it. But that's jump racing for you folks. Doesn't always, I suppose, pan out the way you want it to at the end of the day. But moving on now, Ballinrobe now tomorrow looks to be I suppose, a fairly standard card with one exception. Um, you'll understand what I'm saying now by the time I get into it. But look, we may as well crack on anyway and get these, I suppose, knocking out of the park. First race is 440. We're going to go with an each way selection here. We're going to go with Cobb and Co. Currently trading around 12-1. Look, at this horse is very interesting. At the end of the day, we don't really know what way he's going to run. He's run very, very credibly on the flat so far. Normally taken up or just sitting in behind the leaders. Look, it's hard to know really what way the tactics are going to play out, whether they're going to go the same route, which is sometimes, I suppose, a benefit to, I suppose, runners in Ballinrobe from going from the front, or else they might just try a different tactic with him. But either way, 12-1. If he takes the hurdles, like I think he will, I think he'll put it up to the short price favourite. Joseph O'Brien's horse, I think the favourite is currently at the minute. Uh, Looks decent enough, but the first hurdle run left an awful lot to be desired. And personally, I'd rather take a chance at a fairly decent flat handicapper, 12-1, going over hurdles for the first time than, I suppose, jumping in and going mad on a 6-4 favourite that we don't really know how good he is. Now, moving on to the 510, Malone Road, 1-6. It's safe to say that we're not going to have a bet in this one. But really and truly, at the end of the day, Malone Road, he could, I suppose, turn up about 20 minutes late. He could start off about a mile after the rest of them have started, and he'd still probably win by about 20 lengths. This horse is just unbelievable. His ability on the flat is just unreal. If he takes the hurdles like we hear about, say, from the Gordon Elliott yard, and I suppose the excitement from the yard is especially going over hurdles this year. Look, it's hard to know. I can't really see him being another NVLN personally, but look, he could be anything. Malone Road 1-6. I definitely wouldn't be advising anyone to have a bet. Um, if you're looking to maybe have a little old squeak at something, and if you have a few pennies left over, I really reckon I'm going to make two predictions now, say for the placings afterwards. I'm going to put in a predicted forecast and a predicted tricast. We're going to predict the forecast with Malone Road coming in first and Get a Price to come in second. Get a Price, it's just, I suppose, an interesting sort of a horse. It looks like it might, I suppose, take the hurdles better than I suppose most here. And there's a couple in here, I suppose, at the top of the market that have long layoffs. I think the Gordon Elliott horse is something like 20 months of a layoff or something like that. There's another one, I think there's something like 18 months or 16 months or something along them lines. Really and truly, they shouldn't really be fit or ready to go. Um, or else it gives off the impression that they've just had problems with them. So look at Get a Price, has the fitness run under him. Look, it might come in second, a long, long way second. Might just, I suppose, stay on and use the fitness that it has, and I suppose take a few of these by, I suppose, surprise. Then the TriCast, we're going to go with the same ones, and then go with Diane Dancer. Um, Look at, like I said, there's an awful lot of ones in here coming in. I suppose going in for a fitness run. So far, Diane Dancer has the fitness run. I think currently is trading around 20 to 1. If them three come in at that price, it's going to look at it's going to return at a nice price and a nice, I suppose, little booster as well. If you have a couple of change in your wallet and you want to have a bet in the race, but you don't want to go head over heels in Malone Road, uh, that's what I reckon you should do, or take a chance anyway. If you're not in, you can't win. 545, we're going with Derby to Tay at 7 to 1. Look, it's a nice enough sort. It likes to go from the front, which normally suits, I suppose, horses in Ballinrobe. If you can get a good one that likes to go from the front and likes to set a good pace and is hard to catch, this is a track that I suppose that it suits them really at the end of the day. I don't think he's going to get so much room for manoeuvre up the front today, but like the yard is local enough. Gilligan's, they're very unlucky not to have a winner in Born by the Sea in Galway, um, in a flat handicap. But look at, I reckon it'll run a good race. Kevin Bruder takes the ride. Kevin's in mighty form. I know he follows the page, so I want to wish Kevin the very best of luck for tomorrow. And yeah, look at 7 to 1. Nice little each way price if you want to have a little squeak on that one. Now moving on to the 6:15, we're going with Black, Yellow, Red, 4 to 1. This one is sort of a hard enough horse to, I suppose, sum up and assess really at the end of the day. As you all know, I tipped him up in Kilbeggan there last month, and he ran an absolute stinker. I completely left him then for Killarney, and he very nearly actually won. He goes up £2. Hard to really know whether he's going to go on and win now today or not. But look at the form in that race was good. It definitely showed an awful lot of potential, and yeah, look, we're going to take a chance. 4 to 1. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, he's going to be my next best horse of the day. I'm going to take the chance. Look at, if he even improves a slight little bit from Killarney and he leaves that Kilbeggan form behind him, he's definitely going to be thereabouts. And look at, it should be there for the taking really. Now 6:45, we're going to go with an each way shout here. Ripon Lodge, 8 to 1. This horse is constantly improving here. It was second in Kilbeggan last time out to, I suppose, a potential improver and a very much underrated horse and an underrated trainer who's actually going very well at the minute, David Dunn. Look, it's hard to know really at the end of the day. It's well capable basically. Like it's in a standard enough company here to mix in and I suppose run a decent race. And look at 8 to 1, well worth an each way shout if you're going to have a go. I reckon Ripon Lodge definitely each way is the way to go in this one. It's hard to really, I suppose, split them, but you're definitely looking at a nice little improver in this one. Now 7:15, we're going with My Lovely Boy at 3 to 1. This here is, I suppose, coming up against a former rival in the form of, I can't even think of his name now, but he's second favourite. He's, if I'm not mistaken, he's a Queely horse. I can't think of the name off the top of my head now, but I've been following this horse for the last 6 months to a year basically. He's definitely starting to come into his own now at this stage. He won fairly impressively the last day. He ran a very good race the day before in Tipperary at 18-1 behind um an Emmett Mullins horse. I can't think of his name now either. Um, it wasn't the shunter; it was the other horse that was heavily gambled on that day. That ultimately, I suppose, gave him the ban. Um, but look, it's really hard to know here. He's got a £5 rise, uh, for beating the second favourite by half a length, but the way I look at it, he's improving massively every single run he runs in. A little bit tongue tied there, but uh, £5 definitely. I don't think it's going to stop him here. I think he's going to go on and he's going to, I suppose, improve further and just be that little bit too good for this second favourite here again there today. Second favourite definitely looks a big danger at 7-2, but it's just, I suppose, a little bit frustrating to follow him at the same time. He looks like he just is the sort of a horse that wants to win his race but doesn't know how to. Um, Look, at if he goes on and wins, I won't hold any grudges. I love to see a horse that is constantly a bridesmaid actually go on and be the bride for the day. But look at my lovely boy. I've followed him since day one. I'm going to follow him again. 3-1 is a very nice price. Now 7:45. We're going on to the nap of the day. Famous Escape. 6-1. Look at, I can't understand why this horse is 6-1. It's a 15 length winner the last time it was here. It obviously loves the course. The trainer is starting to come into his form now, McHenry, and is look. It's hard to look past this horse. It has a few of these rivals that were behind him that day. Even further than 15 lengths. Some of them. I think he's got something like a £5 or £6 rise, if I'm not mistaken. That really shouldn't stop him. I think Famous Escape. Look at it's. I don't know. It's hard to look past him with the way he's run and the way he's, I suppose, gone about its business. Um, Actually, it might be a mare if I'm not mistaken. So all the time I've been calling it him, it was a her. But yeah, I think it was a mare's hurdle the last time she ran. So look at, it's hard to look past her. I'm going to put it up as nap of the day. 6-1 is a massive price. Now we're going to finish it up there now with Fix the Bill 5-1. Again, look at another one that looks to be a fairly good improver. Coming in for the O'Sullivans down in Waterford, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, Maxine's brother. Uh, the name actually escapes me now again, but I think if I'm not mistaken, it's Alan. Yeah, Alan takes the ride, £7 lamer. Look at this horse was second last time out, 40-1 in a Goran maiden hurdle. Steps back now to a bumper company against a few horses that are unraced. I think it's going to put its experience to use and its improvement to use as well. Really, at the end of the day, if it keeps improving and it is back down in bumper company now against a few unraced horses that, like, there's nothing really been, I suppose, jumped and shouted about at the end of the day. This horse is 5-1. It's massive. It's definitely going to run his race, and I reckon it's going to go in. If not win, put in a very gallant effort. And look at 5-1. No matter where you go, it's definitely an each way bet. Worst case scenario, it places, and you return your money at the end of the day. So look at 5-1. It should really be in the top three. I can't see it being out of the top three, but like I said, you never know. Really, at the end of the day, there's obviously something the O'Sullivans seen to, I suppose, make them want to drop down into bumper company again. Whether the horse just, I suppose, didn't look to be, I suppose, improving in its school and at home, and maybe just wanted to get a win under its belt. But yeah, Fix the Bill 5-1. That's the one we're going with. Look, thanks very much again. That's my horses for Ballinrobe covered again for tomorrow. If you like the video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and yeah, follow the social media and whatever platform you're most comfortable on. We're on Facebook at the Peaky Blogger hyphen horse racing blogger, and yeah, the Twitter is at Peaky Horse. So yeah, look, that's me again for today. Hopefully, we're going to get in a few more winners again now tomorrow. Some nice prices. If they can run in for places, we'd be fairly happy with that. And I'm going to leave you there. Thanks very much.